What's happening, people? United Central here, back again. Right, it's a good day. Maguire signed.
Yeah, we've known about this. I told you the season and a half ago on the other video we did the other week. Why is it taking till what 4 days before the transfer deadline?
Big signings happen. You know, they take long. You know, world class defenders and all that.
You're having a laugh, mate. We all knew what money Leicester wanted.
Yeah.
But we dilly-dally, like your favourite word is.
Dilly-dally. But well,
like your boy Matic the other day. What was he doing on the ball?
I don't even want to talk about him, mate. That for me is probably his last game.
I thought he said we were going to win the league.
Listen, mate, you know, I had a few drinks that night.
Anyway, let's go.
Anyway, guys, this is the Premier League prediction video. We're going to give you all the predictions for the season. Every single team, where they're going to finish, who's going to go top, who's going to go top 4, relegation, sorry. You know, some 3 teams have to get relegated. You know, you might be United a couple of seasons. You know what I mean? If we've got still John Smalling. But yeah, first of all, we're going to go for Arsenal. You know what, man? They've spent well.
Yeah, I don't care how long it takes. They have to pay that off. That calendar player, isn't it? Is he like a calendar player?
Calendar player, man.
It's like ordering something out of back in the day calendar.
Serious,
and
man.
taking a year to pay. Taking a
20 years.
5 years, you know. 5 years. 5 years to pay for it.
72 million.
But listen, at the end of the day, he was one of the most wanted midfield wingers, attacking players in Europe. And fair play to Arsenal, they've got him. But I think if they don't sign anybody in defence, they're not gonna be as good as they were.
Even if they outscore teams.
Even if the scout team that's going to leak goals, they're going to be good up. They're going to be lethal, but they were lethal last year.
They were scoring goals last year.
Yeah,
that wasn't their issue.
Yeah.
It was
keeping them out, mate.
Keeping them out. I don't think Socrates is all what they think they are.
I think he's their best player.
I don't think Stockport would have sold him if they do.
I think he's their best player, but they've got the equivalent. They've got like a little upgrade guy called Mustafa, who's like a Jones for them. He's like an upgrade.
Jones.
He's
Jones.
No.
I'll be serious. You don't make the same mistakes that Mustafa does.
Listen, Jones is 10 years deep at United, doing the same, making mistakes. That guy, I've never seen a footballer regress like that guy has. So let's not go there. But anyway,
Duncan Edwards.
Don't even tell me about that, bro. That was the curse, I think, that killed him.
They bought another 18-year-old, but still, you think.
I mean, they made couple of signings. They've got that Spanish kid from on loan.
Yeah, he's
like the Spanish under 21 captain.
Yeah,
and I watched him and he's a baller.
Tiny.
He's a baller. He can hit a free kick.
Yeah.
So I think that they'll do decent. I think Torreira will be a year more experienced in the Premier League. I think that he's gonna get them to play exactly the way how he wants them to play. So I think they're gonna do well.
Finish?
I think they're going to be pushing top 4 again.
Pushing top 4.
I think they're going to be pushing top 4. Yeah.
Another team has spent well, and I think more than United have probably. Well, if it comes to net spend, but they spent 121 million. Aston Villa.
Yeah, you know what?
Team, do you reckon that's similar to Fulham, or do you reckon that's different?
No, it's different. I think it's different. Fulham and Villa are different, unless Villa sacked their manager. Because the thing with the Fulham was that the manager who bought these players and who bought some of the players that up to them, they sacked him too early. They pulled that trigger too early, and that's what happens sometimes.
Got good support out there. I love Villa. I love what they stand for.
You know what?
Decent crowd. What are the away
Former
games?
European champions. Those of you who are too young to remember.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was born, I think they won the European Cup. They won the European. So they won the European. I'm talking about the champion. What's now the Champions League? Those of you who don't know. So and they were 3 seasons out of the league.
But you think this season they can steady? Could they be back to where they were, steady Eddies in the Premier League?
I think for them, if they were to stay up, they'd be really.
With Trezeguet, with the players.
Listen, they've signed decent, but no balls being kicked yet. This is all hypothetical.
Exactly.
All right, there's no science to this.
Yeah. Premier League's a different kettle of fish, isn't it? There's away games, last minute goals where he just deflates it for the next 2
this
games.
year,
VAR might help them.
Yeah.
Brighton Albion. Don't think they signed anyone, have they? Not sure.
No, apparently Leicester have tried to nick with one of their centre halves at the moment.
Yeah. But they've changed the manager, haven't they? Apparently it wasn't good enough. That Chris Hughton kept him in. I don't get these kind of clubs, you know. Where do they want to be?
Well,
seriously, where does Brighton? Sorry, Brighton fans. Yeah, I've had enough of your club. Because at the end of the day, where does Brighton want to be? Seriously, you're not going to get.
All I know is that Chris Hughton bought Newcastle up, and then he got sacked. as a manager, and then he brought Brighton up, steadied them for a season, and then they struggled. He kept them up still, and they still sacked him. So let's see what this guy does. Let's see what this new guy does.
Who's a new guy?
Some guy. He was from the first division. He managed people in the Championship. He's highly rated manager, so we'll see.
I don't know, but I feel like you've missed a trick in there, Chris Hughton. And I'm sorry, yes, I had a bad end towards the end of the season, and yes, the football wasn't pretty, but at the end of the day, he's kept in the Premier League. FA Cup, was it FA Cup final last year?
No, he got them to some other semi-final or quarter.
Yeah, but he got them to the FA Cup final, semi-final. Sorry, semi-final. Yeah. Where do you reckon they'll finish? I reckon they'll struggle next year.
I think, because I've not seen, I'm not a watcher of Brighton. I've not seen a lot of headlines of them signing really key players. But people rate this manager. They might just struggle. They might be one of the contenders to go down.
Yeah, I reckon as well.
Burnley always battle me. That guy, he does that.
He's got nine lives, hasn't he?
That guy.
One of the underrated.
That guy, he does it somehow. I mean, for the size they are. If you get me a club like them in Europe, the only other club that I can think the size of the town. Most of you don't know how small Burnley is. Burnley is small, right? Burnley should nowhere be near. Burnley should be in the old Division 3. Division. Burnley should be the bottom of the football league. He's got
players who are willing to die for the badge.
They should be as bad as that. But the only other team in Europe, I think, small as them, are fighting in a top flight league is Villarreal. Villarreal are from this part of the city where there's 40,000 people from this area of the city.
Yeah.
That's what they represent. So to me, he's a miracle worker, that guy, mate. Shout out Sean Dyche, mate.
Shout out Sean Dyche. Where do you reckon they'll finish?
I think Steady Eddie's
middle.
It's they'll be like 12, 13th, you know what I mean? They might battle to 10th if they have a good season.
Frank Lampard's Chelsea.
You know what? For the first time, this is going to be something very new with Chelsea. For me, they're going to play. They've been forced for once to play the youngsters. I absolutely rate Jody Morris. I think Jody Morris is a baller. In the times when I've watched United youth teams and I've seen Chelsea youth team that he was in charge of Chelsea youth team.
Yeah.
Frank Lampard has got good people around him.
Yeah.
I think Chelsea. Listen, Chelsea. I'm not going to lie to you. Pre-season, have been the entertainers. They're going to concede goals, but they're scoring some fantastic goals. If you're a young player at Chelsea, the next year and a half is going to be an absolute adventure.
But do you think the ultimate question is, can they Pulisic, can he replace Hazard? Hazard was something else. Hazard was that kind of player where...
Hazard was in the top 4, top 5 players in the world.
Yeah. So he was that kind of player out of nothing to get you a goal.
Yeah, but you know what? They might play as a team now. They might be more cohesive rather than a bit more individualistic. But you never know, because they've still got quality. They've got Kante, they've got William. Top 4. They're going to be pushing with the Arsenal top 4. Everton, you know what? I said to you a couple of videos ago, I made this on this channel. By the way, big up all those people that got to 5,000. You know what? Man. Let's get this brother to 10,000 here.
10,000, man. That's the next step.
Let's do it quicker, though. Let's do it quicker. I've said that somebody's going to go into the top 6, and with the signings that Everton have made, they've signed a baller of a midfielder who's going to be a future centre half, right? For them, if they wanted him to be centre half, the kid from France, and they've signed Free Keane because the way Juventus treated him.
And you know what Everton are doing now?
The abysmal racism that he achieved when they were playing at Udinese last season, and then his own club and manager and captain come out and absolutely tore into
Fair play to Everton fans.
I am so happy that he's away from that. I'm sure if he was to get racially abused at Everton fans and the club will all get behind him.
But then again, they've got behind him. They made a banner saying no to racism. They've created a GoFundMe page. Shout out to you, Everton fans, man. So I reckon with Gomez, if they sealed a deal for Gomez as well, I reckon, you know what, as well, push for top 6.
I mean, if he keeps fit, they've signed Delph, who's an England international, who's a decent baller. If he stays fit for them, yeah, I think that they're more likely, them and Wolves are going to be the most likely teams to break into the top 6.
I think this team next might break the top, even though they've lost Harry Maguire. It's Leicester.
Nah, I think Everton.
You reckon?
I think Everton because I think slapping Maguire is ours now, innit? He's ours.
But then again, they're putting a bid today, 75 million for Nathan Ake. That just shows you how
crazy the
if you're telling me, that transfers from Maguire was Nathan Ake's mad.
Let me tell you something now. That 75 million can buy another 15,000 seats in that ground. Little Bournemouth, mate.
You know what, man?
That'll give them a bigger stadium.
Why not taking it?
Well, because the Leicester offer the money.
Well,
Leicester
apparently that's the rumoured, sorry.
They're not willing to
price.
pay, innit?
75 million for Nathan Ake. Come on.
I think he's a baller, me personally.
He's a good dude.
He's a baller. But I don't know about his mad money. But then everybody knows they've got money, innit?
Yeah, well, secured Timberlands, 40. They've got, what's it called, Madison. They've got decent players.
They've got brilliant players. But
do you still think they'll be unstuck without Maguire?
I think Slaphead was a big thing for them.
Yeah. So, top half of the table.
Yeah.
Liverpool.
It's going to be funny because I only watched like 15 or 20 minutes of the first half of the Charity Shield yesterday. So I don't know how Liverpool are, but they've not signed anybody. But they're going to go very close.
Signed Adrian today. Adrian, West Ham's backup keeper.
All right, well, listen, because Ole Milne's gone.
Milne's gone, yeah.
Gone to Club Bruges. That's a club for you. Most of you hipsters out there who watch this channel, Club Bruges, back in the day, bad man team from Belgium.
Yeah.
Anderlecht and Club Bruges were the two famous clubs from Belgium back in the day.
And you don't think Alexander-Chambers come back?
Yeah. Listen, so basically, I think he's going to give the youngsters, but they've got a settled team. They've got a settled team, and I think the midfielder they bought from Leipzig, he's coming back from injury.
Yeah.
Keita.
Keita,
yeah.
He was already, He'll have another season under his belt.
If Keita comes back and he comes back balling, then they're definitely going to run.
But last season they're going
to run City close again.
They had any injuries last season.
And this is it. So this could be, it depends on the injuries, it depends because they've not signed anyone.
Yeah.
But they're still going to be up there though.
Still ethos, same. But I think like maybe
they're still going to be up there.
That last year was the perfect year.
They're still going to be up there.
1 point behind Tottenham, Man City, still. But yeah, they're going to be in around, I reckon, second me. I think Man City, we'll talk about it anyway. Man City's next. Man City,
well,
catch a minute.
If they sign that guy, the
Canelo.
They've signed Canelo.
Different.
You know the thing about him, he can play midfield as well.
I know.
He's a
right
baller.
Wing,
he can play a right wing. He can play centre midfield. He's technically gifted. So to me, the only club in the transfer market in this country who are moving like
straight away like that. Juventus have done the same deal. We're trying to get rid of Lukaku. Yeah. Man City have got all the expertise straight in there. They've gone. You know what? We've got a guy called Danilo here. we want your Canelo. You know what? Let's just do it quickly. That's 35 million. That's plus Danilo on top.
That's how it works, man.
And then they bought Rodri.
Yeah, he is probably the best ball-winning midfielder standing up. He doesn't go into ground. He tackles people standing up.
Bit like Busquets.
He's deadly, mate. That kid. He's better. He's more tenacious and aggressive than Busquets. Yeah.
Still got Leroy Sané might believe him, but do you reckon that'll be a bigger?
If he leaves, they're going to be weaker down the sides. But then they got a baller like Silva.
Bernardo Silva.
They just won't be able to alternate. They won't be able to.
Mahrez can step up.
Mahrez steps up. Yeah.
Listen.
Can we stop talking about them?
Stop talking about them, mate.
Stop talking about those moments, man.
A club that we can talk about more is United.
So we're next, yeah? Well, I've just put a tweet out. Yo, that guy Red Devil, give us that follow. You know, I'm constantly tweeting.
Shout out to you, man.
Educating the masses, you know how it is. Giving my insight, giving my 2 pence. I've just put a tweet out saying that I don't need James Cooper or Sky Sports to tell me that we're not going to sign anyone. I already put a tweet out this afternoon saying we're not going to sign anyone because I know how the Glazers and how Woodward operate.
Is that a big mistake?
Are in bad need, right? The reality check. Let me just explain something to you now. This guy, if you watch the last video, came bowling in on Saturday to come and tell me Man United are gonna we got the ball, we're getting Bruno Fernandes, we got Maguire.
That's what Fabrizio Romano said. That's what it was touted as.
Listen,
it's not as if I'm gassing.
I've always said to him, wait till you see them in a United shirt and signing the door. Anyway, my guy stepped in like some baller, gassed up, mate.
Well,
gassing me up. And then I said to him, I kept saying to him, reality check. I kept saying to him, Saeed, just calm down. He went on Sunday to watch the boys. So Saeed, can you report? I've seen your match interview with my boy Flex. But can you tell me what you thought about midfield without Pogba and what you think about midfield?
Horrendous.
Are we going to win the league still?
No.
Come on.
I doubt it.
Saeed,
I take back my words. I take back my words. United are not winning the league, and we're going to struggle on top 4.
Listen, we're nowhere near. So we're not going to sign the midfield player. The only hope that we have is have like 70% or 60% improvement on the performances from Fred, and also 50% improvement from Andreas Pereira, and then have maybe another 50% improvement in technique and play from McTominay. So the three guys in midfield have to drastically improve. That's the only hope we have for us to battle for top 4 or to stay in the top 6, because Everton can replace us. And I think we could be a mid-table team, me personally. Harry Maguire, I'm sorry, Slaphead. Welcome to Man United, but
you see, we're
going to be fighting. We're going to be. You thought you coming here to win trophies. We're going to be fighting with your former club.
Unless we get the Barlow off, Fernandez. There's still time. Well, there's a couple of days until.
Listen, I know how the Glazers and that dead Woodward FC operates. We're not signing anybody. Get this into your head.
You know, if something can happen, you know. Juventus
I could be the old negative head like most of you say. I'm not old
desperate.
guy.
Juventus might get desperate. Lukaku's training with Anderlecht.
Listen, the Glazers want money. They want the money.
You're right.
The Glazers want the money. My words, guys. You heard it here first.
Struggle for top 4.
My guy was all gassed up. If we don't sign a creative midfield player, I think we need 2, because the way he's boying Matic, the way he's boying Matic.
Are you kidding me? I want him out, mate. Don't ever associate me with Matic.
He's boying Matic.
Never.
What was he doing? Dilly?
Mate, dilly-dally around me. Absolutely.
Going into the where was he going?
By little 5 foot. You know what I mean? Technical gifted players.
All I know is this. I'll ask one question and one question only to Matic. Matic, in a football pitch,
right, pal, you're right.
How do you find a dark alleys in a football pitch when the stadium's all lit? Where do you find these dark alleys that you run the ball to?
I don't know, you tell me.
The guy invents a new thing, so he invents a new whole structure arc. He's a builder, he's an architect.
I don't know what he does, man. You know what thing for me with Matic, yeah? He goes and wants the ball, yeah, but then as soon as he looks around him, they're all just absolutely molesting him, because at the end of the day, yeah, he's slow.
What happened to the confidence, the ball, or the way you were bowling
I'm
in?
confident about everything, but apart from Matic, I do not have no confidence, and I know Ollie will start in first.
Listen, I'm not confident, because touch wood, we don't get injuries, please. 3 times of that touch that wood. Everybody touch wood 3 times.
Shall we pick 2?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm asking you the question finally. We've still got Ashley Young at our club. We've still got Smalling. We've still got Jones. We've still got these Muppets at our club. No, Rojo played decent. I was quite impressed. Listen to me. I was quite happy. Rojo, as long as he does not play as left back, he can play as a centre half. The only other thing I'm saying for Tuan Sabi to stay as well, apparently he might be going alone. I think Tuan Sabi will stay because Baye is injured. Plus, I think Ollie's already alluded to it, that we might play 3 sometimes, and Pasaka and Shaw become wing backs. Yeah. So we might play 3 in some games, depending on who
that'll be good. Tuan Sabi. Imagine that Tuan Sabi, Lindelof, and
Tuan Sabi's a speedy mate, Speedy Gonzalez.
Speedy guy. Next club in disarray, Newcastle. Steve Bruce's army.
Well, we might get long staff, long pass, whatever his name's, long this, long that. I don't know what long. But that's the only player I'm thinking that possibly we can do.
If you got him, would you be happy with that? 25 million.
Enough, I don't care, mate. Just get a midfielder in. Get a midfielder in, because what I see of Matic is just, it literally gives me nightmares. I'm sweating, mate. I'm sweating, I'm shivering.
But they bought a striker in Newcastle, that guy.
The Brazilian guy.
Big man.
CV settles in, but they've signed Perez.
The number 9 shirt is a heavy shirt, though.
Listen, they've sold Perez, and they've sold their best player. They've sold the striker who was on loan from them.
It's a heavy shirt, though. The number 9 shirt for Newcastle. They expect so much of you.
But I think Steve, I thought Newcastle fans are killing him. But he's a Newcastle supporter. He's a fan.
He's a one-way dimensional footballer, though.
If any club he wanted to manage, I think in his dreams, as a boy called Geordie, who stood on those terraces watching the Newcastle, I think he's one of their own, Bruce, and I think they have to give him that chance. I like Bruce. You know what? I listen. Bruce is a Man United legend. He's a Man United legend, right?
But as a manager, though.
Listen, let me tell you, it's very hard for me to assess him on the management side, because to me, that man scored 20 goals a season. 20 goals he scored one season. Headers. Can you imagine that as a centre half? Captain, manager, he's legend, goal scorer, Man United.
As a manager, though,
he's here, mate. Steve Bruce made one of the most happiest days of my life when we beat Sheffield Wednesday in 92-93 season. 91-92 season. When we played, it was Fergie time. 6 minutes. He scored 2 headers against Sheffield Wednesday, and that's when we won the league, mate. that game.
But as a manager, though, do you
Listen,
think
I love
size of
Brucey.
the club?
He came into my work. You know that I told you, didn't I? Last time he came into my work, and that's the day when he was signing the contract.
Was it?
With Newcastle, he signed it in the place where I work. Yeah.
Wow.
I had the meeting with his lawyers. Yeah.
Next team, Norwich.
You know what? Happy to have them back, because I remember back in the day, most of you, I'm going to educate you again. Back in the day, Norwich used to battle for the league, mate. Are you kidding me? Man, this was 94, 95, 94, 93, 94 season. They were like that, mate. With Villa, United, and Norwich came to the last two games, mate, before we won the league. And they were a tough team. So Norwich playing really good football, play fantastic football. Yeah. They're gonna play that same football. They're gonna go.
Stuck now.
He's gonna. Their manager reminds me of my boy, my soft spot team, Eddie Howe and Bournemouth. Yeah. They play football regardless, win, lose, draw. They're gonna keep to the philosophy and play football. And I think they're gonna go for it. And I think they're gonna stay. Yes.
Could be one of
and make a bold prediction here.
None of
that sitting on a fence here in this channel, lads.
No, none of that. Sheffield United.
Sheffield United, you know what? They're one of the ballers that are back. So this is the boyhood team of Slapphead Maguire. You know what? And actually, a lot of their fans who support Sheffield United, they like Man United. It's just the way, because we're both called United. So I don't know. It's a bit weird. And Sheffield Wednesday fans are more towards City. So it's weird. We've got our derby. They've got their derby. You know, we're not that far away from each other. Manchester, Sheffield. So
that's good.
It's a bit, even though those Seven Hills.
Dean Henderson.
Freezing.
Dean Henderson's gone back.
Dean Henderson is there. I think they're going to do all right, you know. I think they might escape. I think
they bought a guy from Bournemouth, but he hasn't scored that much goals.
Listen, you never know, you know. This manager who's bought them up.
I feel like the home form's got to be good for them.
Yeah.
The home form.
I think it's their crowd. Regardless what happens anyway, they beat Wednesday to come back up since they both went down.
Yeah.
And they're going to have an absolute adventure.
Yeah.
And we're keeping an eye on their results, because one of the most talented goalkeepers in the country, English young talented goalkeeper, Dean Henderson, is a baller. Watch out for him.
Another team, Southampton. I feel like they might struggle this year, you know. This could be the year they're stuck. They've got a striker up front in, I forgot his name, from the Championship. Scored a lot of goals last season. They've got him, but they're not made made. One
thing I would do say though, they've got that Gergen press in it. They've got that press, and you know what? He's had a pre-season because he came in mid-season. But I think they're going to be all right. You know, I think they're going to be all right. I doubt they're going to struggle, because I think the players now are fully engaged in the way he wants them to play. So that this season they still got Redmond, who turned out to be an absolute border towards the end of the season. So I think they've got goals in them, and I think the press will save them. I think the way they're going to play as a team is going to save them. Tottenham, listen.
Big players.
Listen, let me tell you, Dumbele, the guy from
nearly done deal.
From Betis. And then apparently they're in talks with Bruno Fernandes as well. If they were to sign those three, they have had. Listen to me. No, they've had the most incredible. But
they don't go for the title. If they bought them free.
Yeah, but you know, Kane gets injured. Son, and then if they got, I think the defenders are getting old as well. I think they needed one or two defenders at the back, one or two. I think they're going to sign that kid from Fulham. Yeah, he's a good replacement if Danny Rose goes. But who've they got on the right hand side? Who's going to play on the right?
They've got Lucas Lamela, you know.
No, on the right, right back.
They've got the kid.
Yeah, they've got a couple
what Peter Walters is it?
Or whatever. Listen, they've got a couple of struggles.
As well.
Yeah, but they've got a couple of. They haven't got solidified back four as we speak right now.
I think. Not Trippier. What's it called?
But if they
talking about the world, they're probably the two centre backs.
If they buy Bruno Fernandes and Chelsea from Betis, then they are challenging for the league, 100%.
100%.
They're challenging for the league.
And with the ethos of Pochettino,
they're challenging for the league.
You know what?
That is the phenomenal three midfield players everybody's after this summer.
You know what? And as well, it could be one of the teams frightening. Imagine them coming at you, Bruno Fernandes and Dumbele. You know what I mean? You've got Kane in there.
I mean, they'll need time to settle into the league. Depends how much they cope, how much they settle in. But they're going. They're here to stay. Tottenham are here to stay.
And there's no more choke Spurs. To tell you that. Watford. They've bought a couple of decent players in this summer.
You know what? They always buy players because
they buy it at good value as well.
Isn't their owners, the people who own them, own one team in Spain and one team in Italy?
Yeah.
So they're always doing all dodgy things.
Good manager.
Moving players. They're always, Garcia, one of the best managers towards the end of last season, man. Took them to the cup final.
Yeah.
That weren't joke, and they were 2-0 down against
Still
Watford.
got Delafeu, still got Deeney, they still got what's the middle of Cadburyfield?
Of course.
That destroyed us last season.
Oh God,
what's
that
his
guy.
name,
oh God.
The midfielder.
Two of them.
Even two of them, yeah.
Two of them in there.
Anyway,
you
know the guys in the midfield. Watford midfielders.
Listen,
Capuet and
I forgot the other guy. Ondore, something. Ondore, something Dory.
Bakori, yeah. Decent. You know what? That could be perfect. You know.
Oh, even him. If even
signed 30 million.
I swear to God, get him. I'll take him now. Unless last minute.
I wanted him last season.
Listen, no, get him now. I'll take him now.
It's not as easy as that.
I'll take you now, mate. I'll take you now.
Seriously.
They'll always sell anyway. They're a selling club.
Yeah, selling club, yeah. Do you reckon where they finish?
Yeah.
Top half of the table?
I think 10th or around there because they've got a good manager. They know what they're doing. They've got a good ethos,
West Ham bought well this season. You know what? That's one team we forgot. People have commented under it and said, "Oh, you disregarded West Ham." They bought well this season, you know.
You know what? But that club is like lately, like they're always like Man United. So not Man United. There's always something dodgy going on there. They're always, even when you think this is it, everything's there. They're there to go.
West Ham always have problems. Always. Sorry, West Ham fans.
I think it's moving the stadium, but even in the old stadium, they had problems. There's always bad.
They just
have drama. There's a club that's always associated.
They bought the kid from the Spanish under 21.
Yeah, listen.
They bought,
I told all the West Ham fans to take it easy because I know that manager Pellegrini is a top manager, and year after year he's going to improve them. And I think this year they're going to even improve.
I reckon they'll push for top 6.
Well, no, I don't know about top 6.
8.
But, maybe top 8, top 10.
It's competitive this year, you know.
Yeah,
There's no place for granted. United, where they finishing? And the last team is Wolves.
Well, if I'm hearing the rumours right, breaking news the last day and a half that they might be getting Frank Kessie from AC Milan. They've bought.
I'm telling you now, he could be a baller.
I didn't see him play actually. He wasn't even in the. I don't know if he's injured or anything.
He's a very good player.
No, because he was in the African nations. That's why he was in the African nations. So
he could be a good addition for them, you know.
He wasn't in the squad that played against Man United.
But I told Sophie, shout out to you, Sophie.
That is a big.
That's a big Wilson, but I said to them they might struggle this year, you know, because of the fact that they've got a good Europa first League. 11, but with the Europa League Thursday, Sunday nights, it could be difficult, you know.
You know what? It could be difficult, but we know how they're going to play against the big teams.
They press as well.
We know how they're going to play against the big teams. Mark my words. Aaron McKenna, Michael Carrick, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Mikey Phelan, do not make the same horrible mistakes and play into their hands when we're playing away from them this season. Give them the ball.
Give them the ball.
And well counter them. Don't fall for the hype.
We lost twice last season.
We know what they're going to do.
But now we've got Harry Maguire. I feel more confident now.
No, he's slow. They counter attack us. He's slow.
Come on, you're only doubting him. Are you doubting him?
No. The biggest thing. That's why I'm saying 80 million wasn't worth that. 60 million because the guy is slow.
But you're paying him either way anyway. So what does it matter? What does it matter? 60 million.
Listen.
It's not your money though.
It's not my money. It's our money because all the shares we buy, it's all the things we buy.
It is actually, you know.
Right, it is our money. But Wolves, you might be right. They might be able to struggle, but we know how they're going to line up against the big team. But they've already reinforced. They've already bought ballers already, and they're a well-run club. Who helps them? Super agent.
Oh, George Mendes. So
if we got rid of Woodward, we'd be able to get George Mendes on our side, and we can sign good footballers.
Yeah. So do you reckon the top 4 will be then?
Top 4.
1 to 4.
Top 4, as I see it now: Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham, and Chelsea. Well, at this moment in time, Chelsea stay where they are. Even though Hazard was a big loss, I think Chelsea and Arsenal will battle for that top 4.
I disagree with you. I think it will be Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham and United top 4. I'm confident, man. I'm confident. I feel like we'll get there top 4.
So we were winning the league on Saturday. Now he's getting us into the top 4.
Top 4, man.
Without us signing anybody.
Without us signing anyone. But if we do sign one, I feel we'll get top 3.
Pogba gets injured.
Come on, why pessimistic?
No, I'm just letting you know we can get injuries throughout the season. That's why we need 6 proper midfield players. We've let Herrera go. Who was he? One of our most important players.
Why have we not even replaced him?
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. He's been one of our top ballers, right? That in the big games, won us games, who's been the most consistent in those 3 months that we played. We've not replaced him, and you're telling me we're finishing top 4. Matic, a year older, slower to the press.
Why do you not think top 4? Why not?
Because I am telling you, Maguire, like I said to you,
He
ain't gonna have this magic wand. He's not gonna help us to the midfield. He's not gonna help us to the midfield.
54 goals.
I hope. I said that to you. Yes, we might be able to concede as many goals, but we're not gonna create as many chances as we did. No, we're not gonna create as much unless the miracle thing happens that Fred improves 50%, 60%. Pereira improves and McTominay becomes Mac Saucy Sauce, then we might improve, but we're not. And that is a massive if. But
so you're thinking Arsenal will be better than us?
Arsenal
Chelsea.
Will be better because Arsenal have
Chelsea without Hazard, Arsenal without with Mustafi Koscielny, you know, at the back.
Even Everton might sneak in there.
I think the United calibre of home games, you know what I mean, that superiority mentality, I think will step above the rest. Come on, man, top 4 at least, man. Where's the hope, man, gone?
My hope, because I'm realistic. I'm sorry to give you the reality check, but I was telling him on Saturday, reality check. Calm down, Saeed. And what happened against AC Milan? He got the biggest slap of a reality check. He got hit
because his Matic show.
Listen,
Matic show came
he
in.
got hit for the reality hit him for an absolute backhand. It sent him to the shops without any money.
Give me the money back, man.
He sent him to the shop and he was looking around the shop and he was like, what's happened to my money?
Where's the money gone?
Oh, Man United are going to win the league.
We've got a few days left now. United have to do something.
I've said it originally. I'll go back to the tweet. I'll finish on this. I don't need James Cooper. I don't need Simon Stone. I don't need the BBC or Sky. I don't need this guy's in Italy. I don't need any of this. I put that already. Check out. Please get onto Twitter. I want you to get onto that tweet that I sent out, and I've said, who are the club? We already know we're not going to sign anyone until Thursday, but who are the club going to announce to try to mug us all off? Is it A, they're gonna sign that 16-year-old kid, Annabelle Magby?
Yeah. Is it a different
right?
name?
B, is it
De Gea?
They're gonna do the renewal contract. You can do that anytime in the season, but they're gonna announce that on Thursday. C, if the fax machine's working at OT, are they gonna go and get the granddad that is the granddad with his Simmer frames for Mandzukic? Are they gonna go and do that?
Baller, man.
No, I do not want him. But if he comes and he's a baller, then I will spell his full name out and I'll come on his channel and I'll eat the paper and I'll apologise to him personally.
We'll leave it on there. That was your Premier League prediction, guys. I said United finish in the top 4. Norris will miss out on the top 4.
We're struggling, mate. We're struggling. I think between 8 and 6 United.
If that's the season to come,
because to me,
we'll stop it here.
Because to me, Maguire, one centre of ain't gonna. He'll stop us from conceding goals. But how are we gonna create goals? Unless this is a big if. Unless somehow that kid Gomez gets into the team and just starts. Did you see what he did?
Is that what he's banking on?
He didn't just the reality check didn't
he
just send you. Listen. Reality didn't just send you to the shops, but Gomez.
I've underestimated him.
Certainly. What did I tell you? What am I telling you about him?
I'm changing my words. Being flexible, change our words.
Listen, I've been telling him and everybody else. I've been telling him about Greenwood. I've been telling him. And I've been telling Gomez and Greenwood about everybody, the whole world, when they listen to me anyway. But he sent those Italian defenders to the shops. They've not flew back to Italy. They're still in Cardiff, looking around, doing shopping for Gomez. They're still looking for that ball.
Do you reckon Ollie's banking on Mason Greenwood and Gomez and Chong to be that kind of creative?
I think it might be that kind of season in that if we need to create, Gomez has to come on and get a chance. Yeah. And if he doesn't, then I'm gonna. I've already lose. I'm losing.
You're losing the last bit of that.
I'm losing. I'll just chop on my head then.
Hopefully, it won't come to that. But pleasure.
But if that doesn't happen, and that's ifs, buts, and so's. When you're Man United, only Barcelona made more money than us last season.
Yeah.
We're one of the biggest clubs in the world.
Yeah.
But we're the 6th best.
Cardiff show it, man.
Right.
Cardiff.
So Dybala thing, I knew already anyway. That's why if you watch that video, I never got gassed or excited.
Still chance.
It was too good to be true. Chance my backside. But anyway, I knew that already. But to me, when you're relying on ifs, buts, and hope, then you know you're struggling.
Struggling, yeah.
Reality will slap us.
Yeah. Already in socials.
That guy Red Devil, like I said, please give me your answer to the tweet. Those of you who are on Twitter.
That guy Red Devil.
That guy Red Devil.
Make sure you get him to 1,000 subscribers, man. Always opinionated, always got it. And me, United Central. Thanks guys for reaching 5k guys, unbelievable. A year to the day when I started, and honestly man, shout out to you guys for supporting the thing. We're going to be giving more content this season. Hopefully United can do the business, you know what I mean, so that we don't have to come here and rant every day. But you know what to do, like the video guys, subscribe to United Central, and we'll see you sometime soon.
And those of you who are watching this, keep an eye, hopefully in the next 2-3 weeks I'll have some good news for you about my own YouTube channel. So
watch out for that. See you later guys, take care, bye bye, peace.